If you happen to have gaming consoles like the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy, and after several years of storing away somewhere in the attic and you try to play these games, you'll mostly come across the problems that the cartridges don't have the games that you saved anymore, and neither can the cartridges store the current game saves. And today in this video, we will see why this problem occurs and the solution to fix this problem. Welcome to MD's Robotronics, and today in this video I will be showing you how to fix the problem with your cartridge not saving the game data. So the first thing that you would need is the cartridge that has this problem. And if you notice, the cartridge has a special kind of Torx screws. It's called outer Torx screws, which is not really easy to take out unless you have a special bit that supports these kind of screws. So I have one here myself, so you would need one to take it out, and then to replace the battery itself, we need the replacement batteries. So the replacement batteries could be CR2032 or 2025. So if you don't know these numberings on these batteries, the first two digits on this code defines the diameter of the battery, and the second two digits define the thickness of the battery in millimeters. So depending on the kind of cartridge you have, these batteries could vary. And we will quickly take a look to see the other things that we need. The problem with these consoles or with these cartridges is that they use a battery which cannot be simply replaced. So you would need, so for example, if you take a look at this console here, there is a battery here which apparently seems to be not CR2032, but these batteries are actually soldered to the cartridge itself, and when it's soldered in this way, it's really difficult to remove them and replace them. So the two options that you could do is remove these solder tags at this battery and leaving behind the metal behind and taking the battery out and replacing a new battery and somehow tightly securing the battery here and creating a contact with these metal strips using some kind of glue. So that is one cheapest, quick and dirty fix that's available. And the second option is you could buy the replacement batteries which have these metal leads, and you could use them you could desolder these leads and replace the battery with the metal leads onto this board. That is the second option. And the third option is to get these cheap batteries which you can find in any supermarket and replace the battery directly. But the problem with these kind of batteries is that the batteries cannot be held in place with once these metal contacts are removed. So what do we need? We need a battery holder. And here in my case, I have a 3D printer, and you can find these 3D printed models or the models for 3D printing it yourself on Thingiverse. And I will link the models in the description below. And you have the customization tool, so you could specify the diameter and the size of your battery, and you could you could print out these battery holders by yourself, and you could actually replace the whole battery with these cases on your cartridge, so that the next time you can replace the battery without having to go around with or without having to play with your soldering tool. So I will show you how we do that. For today, I will take out these Super Mario cartridge. So The last time I tried to hack this and replace the battery, it was a quick and dirty fix where I tried to reuse the metal contacts and just replace the battery in place, but this apparently seemed to didn't work because the contact was not really hard. So what I'm gonna do today is I removed the last time I untacked the battery here and try to replace and try to reuse the metal contacts and put my battery here and try to create a contact using insulation tape. And this time I will remove these solder contacts and use my 3D printed battery holder here to hold the battery in place and replace the whole battery holding mechanism. So for that okay, we're back now and the video is recording and I have the setup ready, and I will show you how I usually take I will take this metal contacts off so that I can replace my custom made battery holder. In your case it could be a custom printed battery holder that you printed it yourself, or it could be a cheap battery holder that you bought from electronic sites such as AliExpress or other kind of stores. So first thing what I need to do is take these metal contacts off. So I will try to heat them and try to pull it off the board. So actually, if you don't plan on reusing these, you could also break them off with a plier, but I try to remove them. You could also use a lot of desoldering stuff to remove it, and there it is, all the contacts off. And now I can replace my custom built 3D printed battery holder. So finally, after soldering, I have the battery holder in place with the battery in there. Today in this video we saw how to replace the battery in your old retro gaming console. It's a Nintendo, and it could be very similar to the other cartridges. For example, the Game Boy cartridge that we have. It could also be the same problem, replacing the battery. And yes, once you replace the battery, the game should be saved again, and you will be able to continue the game where you left it the last time. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and it's time for me to go play with this game.